friends. How are you today? It's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com, and I'm here with Ellie, my little Yorkshire Terrier. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and she's my helper. She hangs around with me and makes sure to bark and let me know when the UPS man arrives with my Stampin' Up! Product. She loves the UPS man. So we are here today just to chat for a while. I'm going to look over here at my computer and make sure that I can see us live. I like to confirm that everything's working as it should, and I do that by looking on my computer. So let's see if it's popping up. There we are. Okay, let me expand that so that I can see your comments. How are you wherever you are, and how is your weather? Anthony, how are you? Sending love from London. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, well, you won't believe what I have to tell you today. I don't know where the weather is, what the weather is where you are, but okay, 91 degrees today. 91, can you believe it? Wow. Now the difference is, I think I've said this before, in the winter it gets cold at night, like 45, but 91 degrees outside right now. Just when I just came in a minute ago, it was 91 outside at 4 in the afternoon. I can't believe it. We do have this happen in the winter. We'll have a spurt of warm weather, and then we'll go back to our normal. But it's kind of an unusual couple of days. I want to also chat about those of you. I want to try to share this. I've never tried to share it in my own. I want to share it to my team page. You guys do this all the time. Let me type in. My team is the Sweet Stampers. I would love it if you would share also. They're not finding it. Oh gosh. Well, I'll have to share later because I want to pay attention to you, and I thank you so much for being on today. We are going to have fun. I got a brand new stamp set, a brand new bundle last night, okay? Pretty Perennials, is that the name? Yes, Pretty Perennials. And I've been waiting to get this. It's from the brand new catalog, and we are going to use some beautiful Celebration paper, designer paper, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So I am going to put Ellie down because it's going to take, this card is going to take a little while to put down, to make, and so I'm going to let her go take her nap. Oh, you had snow, Anthony. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera down for you, and I'm going to show you the Celebration item that we are going to use today. And there it is. Whoops. Let's try this one more time. Look at this paper. Maybe you've seen it. It's called the Oh So Ombre paper. It's free with a $50 order, and wouldn't you believe it, right as I was ready to come on, I saw that it just went on back order. It is so popular. So I hope it comes back in so that you can get some. It is so gorgeous, and that's why I wanted to use it today. I haven't used it very much, but it's some beautiful colors, and they have these bubbles, and then they have pages that are, oh, I stamped on that. I forgot. I practiced a little stamping on that. Here's another pretty one. I don't know why it's having trouble playing my video. Are you getting it through, Anthony? Tell me if you're getting it, Anthony. I've been having trouble with that. I hope it's still on. I want to keep going. Let me see my comments and see if you... My computer isn't getting it. I'm gonna... Hi, Karen. I see you there. Okay, you guys are there. My computer is not receiving it. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna just do a little thing on my computer, a little reboot kind of a thing, and see if I can get it here. I think it might be something with my computer, but I think I'm broadcasting okay. because I saw you guys. I saw your names. Anyway, this is this gorgeous paper, Oh So Ombre. And if you didn't get it, I hope that you are able to get it. Gosh, it's not coming in at all. I don't know what is wrong with my Facebook. So we're going to make a card today using this beautiful Oh So Ombre paper. And again, I hope you're able to receive this. It is just absolutely not pulling up on my computer. There we go. Okay. It's coming and going, Karen. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't know why it does that. I did this thing that says optimize anyway. I don't know. So we're going to use this. So let's see what we're going to make. Let's look at the card we're going to make. And here it is. Isn't that gorgeous? It's from the Pretty Perennials stamp set that I just got. And I'm going to hold it up just a little closer so you can see. I was so excited to get this. I love this word happy. It isn't a die, but it's a big stamp, and I really like it. Let's take a look at it in the catalog now that I can show you the catalog. On page 31, it is a $1 million sales achiever stamp. Dina Rekow helped design this, and it is so pretty, and I love the dies, and that's what I want to show you today is the dies. And we're going to get right to that. Here is the stamp set. It's a floral, but what I like about it is it has the word happy and then all these little words that work with it, like happy mail, happy for you, happy birthday, you make me happy, sending lots of happy. And then you can use your florals with it. Isn't that neat? And here are the dies. Now I have some dies already pulled out because these are the ones we're going to use today, because I wanted to show you how these floral dies work. And then here are more little flowers and leaves. There are 23 dies in this set, if you can believe it. And of course it comes as a bundle. So here's our card again, and let's get started. And it's using the Oh So Ombre paper. So here's our card base. It's our standard 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to use an additional piece of white, and I'm using Whisper White, but it's only because I still have it. We now have the new basic white, but I don't have any yet. So this is just another panel to put on here to make it look a little fancy. So we'll just glue this on. It's just fun to make layers, and it does make it look a little more professional, a little more fancy. So we'll just put that on, and then I've got my Oh So Ombre paper cut just a bit lower than that, inward. In other words, every step is a 1/4 inch smaller. So your card front width is 4 1/4. Then the first white paper is 4 across and 5 1/4 down, and the second one, the Oh So Ombre, is 3 3/4 across and 5 inches down. So we'll just put a little glue on this, and I can tell it's dry. My paper is gluing really quickly. I can tell when we're hot over here, we get some dry weather, hot and dry. So there's our base. And doesn't that ombre paper look really nice for a card base? I mean, you know, where we're going to build on, we're going to put flowers and stuff right on that. I really like that, and it comes in so many colors. I just love it. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is cut with our little dies, and I'm going to bring in my very favorite mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Oh good, I'm glad that video's better. Okay, so here's my little mini guy. I really like him, and I figured out, and I hope this will fit, that I can put all these dies through at one time. Now let's see, I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. It might. I don't know. I think I better take a few off because I can see that it's a little thinner than this paper. So here we have the leaf, and the flower and some of the flower petals, and we'll run those through first. In my favorite little guy, I think we should give him a name. Do you guys want to help me think of a name for my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine? Put it out there so I can see if you can help me come up with a name. Okay, so here we've got leaves and flowers. And I'm just going to set those to the side because I need to do one more flower, and I'll show you how it turns out. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to stand up and grab a little bit more white paper because I have it right above me here at my desk. And I'm just going to get another small piece if I can find it. I think this, let me just see if this will work or not. Let's test it. I think it will, just barely. Okay, so this is the larger flower, and what we have here is the flower itself, this wide one, and then this is kind of I guess it's the petals, but I'll show you how it works. It's very, very cool. Mini Boss, I love it, Anthony. Mini Boss, do we have any other suggestions? I do like that, the Mini Boss, yep. Except for I'm the boss here. That is the one thing. But I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, we can put the Mini Boss down. And let's see what we have. I'm going to show you. So what it does is we have the flower, and then here are the petals. Now they're kind of stuck in there, and I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. It has this pointy end, and I'm just going to poke down like that and get it started a little bit. And there are the petals, and I want you to see these real closely. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just neat? Now, I could have done it with another color, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do instead. But you can make the petals in a different color, or you can also stamp the flower. But we're going to blend with the new blending brushes. And then here is the other flower, and here are the petals that go on that one. Did that come out already? Yes, that already came out. Okay, here it is. So there are the little petals, and then we have the leaves that need to come out a bit. And you know, I do love a good leaf and a leaf bunch. And when I just opened these, I told you I just got them yesterday. I am thrilled with these leaves. They're really pretty and kind of fluffy. Aren't those pretty, like right there? Okay, this is why I wanted to show it to you, because I think at first glance at the catalog, you really don't see those pretty petals. Now, I want to show you, I don't know if some of you have seen or tried our new blending brushes. Bitty Boss, oh Karen, okay, that's it, Bitty Boss, very good. Boss Boy, but I like Bitty Boss better. Yes, Karen, you've been my inspiration. All of you, you've all played off one another. I love it, I love it. Thank you, the Bitty Boss. I hope I can remember it, but you'll remind me, right, Karen? Okay, so here are these new blending brushes that we got. Do any of you have them yet? I know some other makers came out with them. And you think it's a sponge, but it's not. It's little tiny, anyway, little tiny, I don't know what you call those things in the brush. But they're just tiny, and it's so soft. I mean, I feel like it should be a makeup brush, right? So I'm going to use Magenta Madness, and what we're going to do is I'm putting it up on here so that I don't mess up my desk pad there. So we'll get it right up there so you can see. So I'm just going to pat with my brush and then come in from the outside and start blending like that. And it's not as, if I were doing something that stood alone, I would maybe be a little more picky, but this is going to be covered with those white petals. So I'm not as concerned about blops of ink. Like you see, there's kind of a little blop there. But it helps to come in from the outside like that. Bristles, that's what I was looking for, Sharon. Thank you so much. You know, when you're working and talking to people at the same time, well, I do. I just kind of forget sometimes what I'm saying. So I want to get a little more color on that flower. And there he's got a little blop on it. But I don't really think we'll notice. Okay, now I'm going to do the little smaller one. Bitty Boss, loving it, the Bitty Boss. Okay, here we go. And this one I'm getting a bit more color on, aren't I? I kind of like it with the more color. These brushes are just so nice and easy to work with, very easy to work with. And they're not much money, I think. I could be wrong, but I want to say you got 3 for $9 now. I could be wrong. But I think that's it. Now I'm going to just add some more color over here on this. I'm not going to brush off as much because I do like the color and I want it to show pretty against the Granny Apple green. And like I said, even though that's not perfect, I think it's good for our purposes today because we're going to have it covered a little bit. So let's put this off to the side. There we go. And let's see how it looks on our card. We'll just hold it up to see how it looks. Look at how pretty that looks. And then when you put the petals on, what I'm calling petals, I don't know if you have a different name, a better name, let me know. And doesn't that look just so nice? I think it's such a nice contrast. And let me hold it up a little bit so you can see that nice contrast. My card that I did that was a sample, I used 3 flowers, but for this one, I'm just going to use 2. Change it up a little bit. And then we're going to put the leaves in, and I'm just going to set that there because the next thing we need to do, we'll set that to the side, because the next thing we need to do is to do our happy word. Now, it does pop, doesn't it, Sharon? The word happy, what I noticed when I was stamping before is I wanted it to be nice and solidly bright, okay? And I'm trying to put some things over to the side here. And it didn't seem to get quite as bright as I wanted it without using the Stamparatus. So you all know the Stamparatus, right? It's the stamp positioning tool. And I've already got my word on here. Now this is a photopolymer stamp set. So that means that you need the pad underneath. This is a pad that comes, let me push it up a little bit so you can see. A little pad that comes with, I could be mistaken. I think it comes with it. It's been a while since I got my my Stamparatus. So I've got a piece of paper that a Whisper White or Basic White, and I'm gonna, and it doesn't need to be in a particular position. It just needs to be on the paper. So I've got my magnets with duct tape on them so they don't come, so they don't stick together. And if they do, I can get them apart. Okay, now, one trick to using the Stamparatus that most of you probably know is that when you go to ink your stamp, you want to have it inked, you want to have this pad, this plate level and not tipped so that your ink can get good coverage. You love yours, Linda? I do too. I don't use it as much as I should, only when I need to, but I should use it more. So I'm using the Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I've got my word inked up, and so let's pull it over and press down. And this way, if I'm not satisfied, if it's not quite dark enough in places, I can redo that. Actually, I think it got a pretty good inking, don't you? I think it looks great. Okay, I must have pounded that ink on. Don't you love this word? I mean, the font and everything, I just love it. I really do. Let me set this to the side. There we go. Isn't that just great? this is the reason I wanted this set, truly, was for those petals and for this word, because I just love it. And we're going to trim around it, and it's going to set right on here. Now, to trim around it, there isn't a die, but you know what? It's okay because it's just loose that way that looks really like a loose, they call it, I think, a balloon, a word balloon. But basically, you try to stay the same distance away from the edge of the letters. I'm looking at about 1/8 of an inch here, I think. I'm going to cut some of that off. And you just keep working, keep staying about 1/8 of an inch outside of the edge of the letters. And it's meant to be a little kind of frivolous, a little loose looking, and especially with the word happy, right? And I am happy today. I was actually in kind of a cranky mood earlier, but I've gotten much happier. Especially stamping always makes me happy. I don't know about you, but I love stamping and making pretty things. And that's one reason I decided to choose pink, because you know pink's my favorite color. I work hard not to use it all the time, but today I was just a little bit cranky earlier, and I thought, you know what? I am going to use my favorite color because I know that is going to make me happy. And I've got the word happy, so we are just all set. And see, it's not really a big deal. Here, it's not like you have to be a precision fussy cutter. You just go around and it's going to look just great no matter how you do it. There. And there is our happy. Isn't that cute? I just think it stands out so nicely. Don't you? I love this Granny Apple Green ombre sheet. Now, I went ahead and did something. Let me see if I can find it. I just saw it. For my sample, I had heat embossed the sentiment that I wanted to go with the happy. You make me happy. I'm going to send it to my friend because she makes me happy. And so I went ahead and heat embossed this with white embossing powder. Anthony, you're so funny. I went ahead and embossed it in advance because what I want to show you is how to trim around it. Now, you can't get this anymore. It's the little mini paper trimmer, but we've been asking for it to come back, but I love it for these small things. And our new paper trimmer works well too. This is particularly good for Facebook Lives, okay? So what I'm going to do is just slide this up under here, because if I went to fussy cut this, sure enough, I wouldn't get a straight line. But this little mini guy works great, and I already have the bitty boss. So this guy is just, I might just call him the bitty cutter. And so you can just get pretty close, and I might get a little closer than that even, but the nice thing is that it does make nice straight lines for you. Let's see how that came out. Still a little bit too big. I'm going to have to go back in. But I wanted to show you that it actually is a process when you get close up in your cutting. And you just keep going back in a little bit longer, a little bit more to get it closer and closer. Let me see here. And this is a lot better. That's a lot better. And I'm just going to clip off the edges, the left and the right sides, and it gives a nice clean cut. And again, your Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, your regular size, will do the same thing. I just like this one. You have the mini one too, Patricia. Hey, Patricia, good to see you. It is an awesome tool, Sharon. Yes. So here we have all of our pieces parts right here. And now we just need to assemble our card. And we're going to use several things. We're going to use multi-purpose glue. We're going to use mini and regular dimensionals and glue dots, and even this is what I wanted to use that I used on the sample, the matte black dots. Have you guys seen these? There are two sizes, small and larger, and I really like them. And they look especially good with the other black on this card. So let's get started. I'm really going to build from the happy up because I don't want to end up where the happy will not fit. So I'm going to put that on with regular Stampin' Dimensionals. And it's a big enough word, a big enough piece of paper that it really fits 3 dimensionals very well. And that'll secure it nicely to the bottom of my card. And so my goal is here to get the 3 lower letters pretty even, and the tail could stick out just a hair bit over. So let's see if that looks pretty good. Okay, now I want to place You Make Me right there, and then we'll see how we can arrange our flowers to come around that. Okay, so let's see if we like this. You let me know what you think. And then we'll stick them down. Whoops. You know I like to ponder a little bit when we're together. I think I'm going to just put this flower in first and be done with it. And that way, then I'll build back around that flower, so I'll have my upper and lower edges. I just move things around until I'm happy, Patricia. And I sometimes will bring in other colors and things like that. So this blended colored flower, I'm going to put down with 1 Stampin' Dimensional. And then the little petals, this is where I'm going to use my glue dots because it doesn't need much. So I'm going to just take 1 little glue dot there with my Take Your Pick tool, and right on the back you can see there's a little hole, and I'm going to, actually I am going to put 2, I forgot. With this big one I did put 2. 1 glue dot to the left and 1 a little bit to the right of the hole because I want to make sure it's getting in contact with the cardstock there. Okay. And then we're just going to lay this down right in the center of our flower. And now we can also put a big black dot on it. I'm normally not so excited about black things, but I do really like these dots. Let's get them straight here. I usually use my scissors because I have more control over these things. There we go. That just looks great. I really like that, the black dot there. Now we'll move in and put our, see how we're going to put our leaves. I think that'll be good. And with the leaves, you know, you've seen me do this, just a few dots of multi-purpose glue. Other people have other methods. We could have done it on that self-adhesive stick paper, and that would have stuck it down really well. But I still like my glue because it allows me to move things just a tiny. Whoa, that's a lot right there. So I'm just going to put a few dots of glue. It doesn't take much because I'm also going to have the flowers over it. Just a tiny. Okay, there we go. There's even a little too much there. And we'll see if I can bring that guy back in the way I wanted him. Okay. I like that. And now we'll put our other flower. Let's go ahead and put our glue dots and put our petals right on the small flower before we put it up on the card this time. And this one really does take just 1 glue dot right in the center there. And we'll put his petals on. And now again, the nice thing is with this Take Your Pick tool, there's a little bit of the glue dot poking out, and I can press it in, move it in a little bit with the Take Your Pick tool. And this time we're going to use a small, one of the small black dots, and put that right in the center. Okay. Now let's see where we're going to put this little flower. I think that looks kind of good right there. And this one I'm going to glue down because it's okay to glue it down. We don't need to pop it up. There we go. And now we're ready to put on our You Make Me sentiment. You make me happy. I think I actually could use some full-size dimensionals for this one too. The black against the pastel is ooh la la. It's very pretty. There we go. You make me happy. Yes, pink and black are beautiful together. Isn't that just fun? There is so much else that can be done with this set, but I wanted you to see these darling little petals. And if you look in the catalog, you can see how they've used them on the different flowers. And then the word happy, now you can definitely stamp it and not cut around it. I just wanted it to really take center stage. So the Pretty Perennials, let's get out that stamp set again so you can see it. Where do I have it? Over here. And I'm sure I'm going to be making lots of pretty cards with it in the future with these different leaves, and these are other little flowers. I think on the envelope I'm going to stamp Happy Mail. I've been thinking about it. I think I need to practice a little bit because I want to get it straight on the envelope, but I think that would be cute too. So this is your card for today. If you shared this Facebook Live, I will send you a PDF tutorial of this card, how to make this card with a picture of it, and you'll also have the Facebook Live to go back to. But if you don't have the Pretty Perennials, I would suggest that would be a great set to get. And don't forget about Celebration. And also, it's a great time to join Stampin' Up. You have no obligation, and you get 20% off after your first starter kit order, which is what I call the ultimate bundle. Let me come back here. You just fill up your cart. You tell them you want to join Stampin' Up. Fill up your cart with $125 worth of product. You pay $99. It all ships free. And you also get $54 worth. It's 200 and some sheets of beautiful 6x6 papers during a celebration. No obligation. And from that point on, you order everything at 20% off. And if you join now, you can stay with no obligation until July. So it's a great time to join. And I would love to have you on my team. I love my team. We have a lot of fun together. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a really great weekend. We're going to have a great weekend here because it's nice and warm, but it would be fun to be in the snow too. So I love you all. Thank you for being so faithful to pop on, and have a really great weekend. Bye-bye.